certainly one of the best shows I ever go to, and this is our fourth visit. And we hope to come many more times. Well, I enjoy looking at the cars and help my husband look for spare parts, and I enjoy all the atmosphere. We've made a lot of friends here, whom we see every year when we come back.
I'm Billy Combs from Suffolk, Virginia. We come to Hershey every year to the car show. We look forward to coming. We have a great time. We put it on our calendar. It's just like Christmas. We come every year.
We've been coming to the United States for maybe 25 years, and we discovered Hershey about 4 years ago. We keep coming back for the camaraderie. The people are wonderful. The weather is usually reasonably wonderful. It reminds us of home sometimes. And we keep coming back. We love the place. Great.
I'm Mary Bilodeau from Sainte-Marie, Quebec, and it's the fourth time we came to Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful place and we like it very much. And we come back again.
My name is Fred Schnetter. I'm from Bloemfontein in South Africa, and this is my second visit to Hershey, and I'm enjoying it very much. As a matter of fact, I was so impressed by it last year that I've come back, and I have every intention of coming here. It is an immense swap meet. I've never seen anything quite like it. What we have in our country and in Britain doesn't compare to anything like this. This is just great.
To Hershey flea market. My spot was #1 airport row when the airport was there, and one thing grew into another, and I cannot believe the coverage and the expanse of this hobby, how it's grown so. And today the younger people have taken over, and it's a very good thing because they'll keep the hobby alive. I just live for each year to be at Hershey, Pennsylvania from Florida. I drive up in a Ryder truck every year, and it's just another nice way to spend 2 weeks.
Besides that, he's a nice guy.
Hello everybody, Tom McRae at the Great American Race. If you don't have an old car, get one, come go with us. It's the greatest adventure in the world, but the place to get it is right here in Hershey, Pennsylvania at the world's greatest old car show.
We've been coming down here since around 1963, and it's a good place to be. How long have you been coming, Rob?
Yeah, I've been coming from the early 60s. Yeah, 61, 62 was the first time down. I remember walking this field here when this was the only field, and it took me 3 days to do it, to see everything and buy what I wanted to buy then. And it's now I come, it's just habit. Every year, Hershey, come hell or high water.
We're out of right outside of Springfield, Mass, a little town called Munson, Mass. And we're gone about 12 days. We leave up there, go to Carlisle, and then we stick around down here, hit a few campgrounds. You never know, a few tag sales, and we come over here. We have a good time. This is the way to go.
In the vast field of antiques and collectibles, surely no area of interest could be greater than the worldwide love of vintage automobilia. And there are good reasons. Automobiles, trucks, bikes, and cycles, along with other motorized vehicles, occupy a very special place in the affections of people everywhere. These wonderful machines are more than mere utilitarian transportation. Call it a love affair if you wish. Today, every conceivable make and type of vehicle is being sought and bought, researched and repaired, preserved and restored, to be loved and appreciated now and for generations to come. So, could anyone imagine having access to the world's largest collection of old car parts, automotive advertising, art, literature, and collectible vehicles for sale by owner, along with the world's largest vintage car show? All of this in one place, all in the same week. Add to that free entertainment, useful information, nearby tourist attractions, and great camaraderie. It's not a dream nor fantasy, it's one sweet event. It's Hershey, simply the greatest. Every October, as sure as the trees begin to turn golden, the Indian corn is ready for fall decor, and the pumpkins have been harvested in bountiful numbers. Over 250,000 antique car enthusiasts gather in lovely Hershey, Pennsylvania. Surrounded by some of the most beautiful rural countryside in the world, the city of Hershey is a clean, picturesque community known for its manicured landscapes, attractive architecture, beautiful churches, historic mansions, neatly maintained residential neighborhoods, great lodging, fine dining, and of course, the home of Hershey Foods Corporation, maker of those wonderful chocolate products for which it is so famous. The legacy of founder and philanthropist Milton Hershey is delightfully conspicuous all over this city. The pleasing aroma of cocoa in the air, along with the Hershey Kiss-shaped street lamps, are also helpful reminders that you're in one of the most delicious cities on earth. Hershey, Pennsylvania is also the world headquarters home of the largest multi-make car club in the world, the Antique Automobile Club of America. In this stately mansion, conveniently located on Governor Road, a visitor-friendly atmosphere awaits every guest. In addition to the full-time work of the club's day-to-day operation, the building also houses the AACA Library and Research Center. It's one of the fastest-growing collections in the world, with 220 regular periodicals, 4,000 books, and 800 legal-sized document cases. They contain a wide range of resource materials, such as sales literature, rare photos, and other valuable items that are helpful to hobbyists, researchers, writers, and restorers. Donations to the Library and Research Center are gratefully accepted and are tax-deductible. Adjacent to the library is a small showroom salon with a display of historically significant motor vehicles. The generosity and vision of many AACA individual members and AACA regions is bringing a long-held dream to fruition. A prime parcel of ground has been purchased and has already been commemorated by this ribbon-cutting ceremony. It's the future home of the AACA Museum, a world-class institution dedicated to the preservation and display of all forms of historical motor vehicles and memorabilia. The annual Eastern Division National Fall Meet draws more people to Hershey than any other event of its kind. In the AACA National Tent, this sign sums it up pretty well. All roads lead to Hershey. They most certainly come here towing precious cargo. And those people who live close by drive their pride and joy. They also come in tour buses from long distances, often chartered by various car clubs. But thousands of people come to Hershey in some type of recreational vehicle. Travel trailers and motorhomes, representing every variety of make and model, dominate the streets and thoroughfares in and around Hershey. There are so many beautiful luxury motorhomes here each fall, the Hershey Eastern Division Meet could be a custom motor coach show and expo in and of itself. Thousands more come here in conventional rigs, and still others have created their own special Hershey wagon by adapting an aging step van or converting a stylish old highway passenger bus, as these folks have. Vintage campers and vans are also ideal vehicles for many vendors, along with older truck campers. As one might expect, the familiar fold-up camping trailer is a very common sight at Hershey. On the other hand, motels and bed and breakfasts are understandably booked up years in advance during Hershey Week. But for those with the patience to get off the waiting list and on the guest registry, The beautiful Hotel Hershey rewards its guests with the finest in luxury, service, accommodations, and dining. And it's here during the National Fall Eastern Division meet that the annual AACA Ladies Luncheon takes place. Down the hill from the Hotel Hershey, on the flea market fields, there's likewise no shortage of tasty things to eat. Food vendors on the flea market fields are cooking from dawn till dusk to keep the throngs of hungry and thirsty folks on foot and moving, looking for that special part or vehicle. For the many people who come to this fall meet in RVs as well as the vendors on the flea market fields, the kitchen is never very far away. Toward the end of each day, grills are lit and the inviting smell of chicken, steaks, and hamburgers signals an evening of relaxation with a few modern conveniences they've brought with them. Picnic tables are turned into sumptuous smorgasbords for big extended families.
Have a knife? You don't have a knife? You're at a luck. You're at a luck.
And after a delicious dinner by the RV, friends gather in small groups under camp tents for stories, recollections, and conversation about, well, cars. Hey, there's no sleeping in during Hershey. Too much to see and not enough time to take in every bit of it. And where better a place to start than the car corral? The Hershey Car Corral alone is a fantastic car show. Add to that fact, they're all for sale by owner. It's got to be the world's best collector car supermarket. This view shows only a portion of the Hershey Car Corral. Impressive visual proof of its enormity. And where else would a used car shopper ask, is that a boiler under the hood?
There's the top of the boiler.
What is the boiler?
The boiler.
Boiler.
Well, some places they have boilers, but we have boilers.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Seeing the Hershey Car Corral could only be made better with a late afternoon ride in a beautiful brass-era Cadillac.
You love Hershey, don't you?
Well, I've only missed 2 times since it started, 30-some odd years.
you this Cadillac right here. All right? Yep. Thank you. Now we'll sneak through here, avoid the motorhome.
While there are thousands of people who are just discovering the Hershey National Fall Meet, many more have been coming here year after year. And they celebrate that fact every October. Like this group of loyal Hershey vets. Gary Powell, part-time concrete pumper, part-time retired from Cincinnati, Ohio. Alex Comstock, retired schoolteacher in New York, now living in Florida. Ralph Schmidt, secretary-treasurer, the Esther Price Candy Company, Dayton, Ohio. Joe Sheplin, manufacturer's rep from Cincinnati, Ohio. Larry Stratman, professional antique car restorationist for the Esther Price Automotive Collection, Dayton, Ohio. Leroy Lacey is also a professional restorationist with the Esther Price Collection, Dayton, Ohio. Bernie Newscable, retired construction worker from Cincinnati, Ohio. Don Knight, retired roller skate rink owner from Edinburgh, Indiana. Jim Day, CEO and president of the Esther Price Candy Company of Dayton, Ohio. For over 35 years, this little group has been getting together each fall at Hershey. And all over these grounds, there are loyal little groups like the Esther Price Candy Gang who wouldn't even think of missing Hershey.
Okay, this is my 18th year I've been coming to Hershey, and we wouldn't miss it. My wife knows that come heck or high water, this is where I come, and this is my week. And we meet all kinds of friends here. We've met friends that we met 18 years ago, and they're still coming, and we get to see them every year, and it's just kind of like a big reunion. We have a lot of fun. We get together every night and talk to different people, and there's cars all over. It's great to see all the different cars and to see in the flea market area anything that you want to collect. I mean, from doll babies to cars to car parts, any type of car you're working on, you could find anything you want for it. And it is just a great place to be.
Indeed, the flea market fields at Hershey represent over a century of automobile parts, tools, automotive advertising, literature, collectibles, memorabilia, and more. In addition to parts, the flea market fields are also filled with hundreds of interesting cars for sale by vendors. And when the storm clouds build, bringing precipitation, the umbrellas go up, the rain gear goes on, and so does Hershey go on. These folks almost never let rain stop their access to this meet. More times than not, crisp, cool mornings give way to moderate sunny days, and often Indian summer-like temperatures. Ideal weather to explore the largest automotive flea market in the world. Covering 180 acres of flea market fields and car corral space can be pretty exhausting. So it might be good to take in a movie just steps from the stadium and the flea market fields. These free, old-time flicks have become a delightfully popular tradition at Hershey. Another night in the same arena, a lively band performs, again courtesy of the Hershey Region of the AACA. Entertainment options during daylight hours are even more numerous, like the roller coaster at the adjacent Hershey Park. A consistent Hershey Park favorite and an easy walk from the fields are the lovely Gardens and Grounds, Hershey Museum, and of course, Chocolate World. And here's more good news. Admission is free. In addition to Chocolate World, there are a host of day trip options to places like beautiful Lancaster County, and maybe some shopping on the famous Route 30. Back at the fall meet, Hershey Stadium is the focus for two very fascinating events. The Vintage Races kicks it off with a colorful array of exciting race cars, representing a wide range of years and classes. They're all put on the track for 2 or 3 very entertaining exhibition laps. But all this power and speed cannot equal the excitement generated by the Hughes High Wheeler event. No practice laps here. This is the real thing. It's a race between these 2-cylinder Sears. The rules? When one lap is completed, the drivers must stop at the finish line, kill the engine, circle the car once on foot, restart the engine, and run one more lap.
Here we have one running. Give a hand here. Mr. Zimmerman's on his way.
Mr. Loy Zimmerman is the winner. His new challenger, a fast, powerful 1911 IHC driven by Gordon Martin.
2, 3, go!
Here we go.
Well, the IHC outpowered the Little Sears, but Mr. Zimmerman is a classy competitor and a pretty popular guy at the racetrack.
For the red guy?
Next year I'll try it with the other Sears.
Oh, all right.
Maybe we can beat him next year.
I know, he has to race twice next year, I think.
On Saturday, this stadium parking lot will be the site of the grand finale, the climax, the big finish, the Saturday Car Show and Judging, the greatest vintage automotive show on earth. As early as dawn, many of the nearly 2,000 breathtaking motor vehicles are coming in. The crowds are also here, some even before sunrise, to get a good vantage point and to welcome this impressive entourage. This incredible parade of antique, classic, special interest, and milestone cars is nothing short of awesome. Lovely factory prototypes, rare custom-bodied one-of-a-kind cars, the most unique promotional vehicles ever built, and hundreds of popular favorites are all here. Vintage trucks are rapidly becoming very popular in America. They're definitely popular and well represented at the Hershey National Fall Meet. With only about half of the vehicles parked in their assigned area on the huge stadium lot, a two-laned steady stream of vehicles winds its way to the registration point. Even here, thousands of spectators have lined this thoroughfare through Hershey Park on a crisp fall Saturday morning to see a spectacular parade. Authentically restored cars will always represent the majority, but more and more clubs like the AACA are giving special attention to vehicles preserved in their original condition. Like Tony Karras' wonderful, totally original 1928 4th Series Packard Phaeton. Tony and his son Keedian offered a backseat ride in this grand old Packard up to the registration point.
Okay, Karras.
Here, a well-rehearsed and dedicated Hershey Region team keeps the process flowing smoothly. They've wisely utilized the skills and talents of member Bill Bickle, who, not surprisingly, is a professional skating instructor at the Hershey Ice Arena.
Sorry about that.
This magnificent show is also noted for attracting a nice representation of independent nameplates. Makes that fought earnestly to survive in a market dominated by larger manufacturers. Independent makes that were often in the forefront of performance and styling. Cars like the incomparable Tucker. The cute little Nash Metropolitan is an independent that's always a crowd pleaser. Like this 1957 Metropolitan, owned by AACA member Bonnie Dagis of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Bonnie, who is a professional kitchen and bath designer, has been helped and encouraged by her brother Scott, also an AACA member. Bonnie purchased her little Met in Philadelphia, and her parents had it completely restored for her 21st birthday in 1989. Bonnie's Metropolitan has subsequently fetched several national awards and is once again being scrutinized by an AACA judging team. The Hershey Eastern Division National Fall Meet is renowned for attracting large numbers of recognized classics. Those magnificent rolling sculptures from the approximate period of the late 1920s through the 30s, and including many cars in the 40s.
My name is Charles Gillette, and this is a 1926 Rolls-Royce Phantom 1 with body by Barker of London. It was built originally for the Duchess of Alba, and when I obtained it in California a few years ago, it was in a state of total disrepair, and it has had a ground-up restoration by White Post Restorations in Virginia, and it has won a national award at Pebble Beach, and we're here today at Hershey, which is the biggest of them all. I've been coming for 15 years, and this is one of the best days yet.
No single category at Hershey creates more attention than the charming brass-era pioneer cars. The cars that got it all started. The cars that ushered in the motoring age. And they're here today and every fall at Hershey. Not in a static museum display, but chugging along, much as some of these cars did over a century ago. Pioneer cars like this 1906 rope drive Holtzman, owned and personally restored by Diane Burkhart of Killingworth, Connecticut.
I'm standing by my 1906 Holtzman high wheeler, rather rare and unusual car, I think. It's the only rope drive vehicle known to exist. They were made from 1902, in which there were actually no cars produced, and actually started in 1903, were manufactured until 1909. I have restored the car myself, done the painting, mechanical work, machine work, and upholstery work. It's been a very long and interesting project. It's taken me about 3.5 years to do it. I've owned the car for approximately 12 years.
Hershey is one of a kind. We've been coming here since 1954. We've missed about maybe 4 or 5 years in all that time, and we enjoyed every bit of it every time.
Among all these wonderful brass-era cars, it's not surprising that we met some guys who have done some pioneering themselves along the way for the AACA. Several past national presidents and an AACA founding member.
I'm Ted Fiala Sr., and I'm a founder member of the Antique Car Club. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be anywhere. And it's great to come out to Hershey and see all these cars. We have about 2,000 cars registered, and it's very uplifting to me to see all these people have their dream cars and take care of them and give them tender, loving care. And I'm glad to see the younger generation come out too. It's really a growing thing. We have 55,000 members, and we're still growing. And I'm very happy about the whole affair.
While this light-hearted peanut gallery is having great fun scoring their own winners as the cars left the corral, the official tabulation has been checked, categorized, and assigned to the owners in each class. That evening at the Hershey Lodge and Convention Center, they've gathered for a banquet and the awarding of trophies. Next morning, Sunday, while most are heading home, some have taken the scenic drive through the woods to Mount Gretna for the last official event, the breakfast buffet. But the Eastern Division National Fall Meet, known in the car world simply as Hershey, is more than a great big place to chase hard-to-find parts. It's more than receiving well-deserved trophies. It's also about coming together every autumn in the same wonderful spot on this earth with 250,000 other car enthusiasts. Folks who share a love affair with an invention that arguably has changed the world even more than the computer. Every car devotee who hasn't attended at least one Hershey National Fall Meet has missed a wonderful experience. To the fine men and women of the Hershey Region of the Antique Automobile Club of America, hats off for a job well done year after year. And next year, you best be here at Hershey. Simply the greatest.